Live from the Rush Point Studios, it's the Pat and Brian Show.
And it's another Tuesday night.
Afternoon in some areas.
Well, yeah, might be afternoon in some areas. Might be morning on the in the Netherlands. I don't even know.
Actually, it's tomorrow in the Netherlands.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, just like in Australia.
Oh, so we're like 2 days behind then.
No, a day. You might be 2 days.
Yes. Anyway, Brian along with Pat, and we
Pat along with Brian. No.
Yeah, we are live.
Well, he is. I'm just a ghost.
Not Memorex. So anyway, we're not really talking about anything special tonight. So if you have something you want to get off your chest, by all means, let us know. I have to say right off the bat that I went out and found a new massage therapist the other day because my other one that I had down in Isanti is moving on to Anoka, and then she also is going to be doing it out of her house, I think, someplace. I don't remember exactly where she said she lived, but anyway, that contains a lot of stairs, and I just can't do very well with stairs. So I went to a young lady by the name of Victoria at Forever Balanced, and she was actually very good. I had a 90-minute massage, and she's located in the building right next to McDonald's at 1001 First Avenue East, Suite 169. But really, I didn't fall asleep on the table like I would normally do because we were chatting back and forth quite a bit. But anyway, she's very, very good. She hasn't been doing it a long time, about 5 years, I think was what she said. But really does a good job and relax me. And I usually have my knees done, have them rubbed because it feels good. I've got arthritis in my knees, and that seems to help a little bit. So we got some short relief from that. But she's also available for your company Christmas parties. She's got a chair, which is a great thing. I mean, everybody, treat somebody to a massage for 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it is. So that'd be kind of cool. When's the last time?
Yeah, but it all depends on how drunk they are.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
When's the last time you got a massage? Professionally?
Yeah. Never.
Never?
Never.
Oh, wow. Why not? You don't think you can handle it?
Oh, I know I can handle it, but my body can't.
No, I mean, if you got just a relaxation massage where it wasn't a deep pressure, because that's what I get. I can't do deep pressure in a lot of areas of my body because my body won't take it like yours. So,
don't get me wrong. I probably would enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm a little leery about where my back is.
Mm-hmm. Well, quite a bit of that leeriness has been around for a while. But it's more accepted now, I think, than it was, say, 10 years ago even.
Yeah.
I've been getting massages since I was in my 20s.
So 10 years.
Yeah. I wish. But anyway, massages are very good. It helps relieve a lot of your stress. You can get what they call lymphatic drainage, which is basically drains your system of toxic particles and things like that. And the key to after getting a massage is drinking a lot of water because it gets rid of that toxic material. So, but anyway, I think you should go and see Victoria.
Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, if you have to shave your back, just have your wife do that.
I vowed never to get waxed or shaved again. Thank you very much. No, that's okay.
And take my lawnmower out and shave
you're
your back.
funny. You're funny. Although that's probably what you would need.
Yeah. Weed whip.
Yeah. Whoops, went too low.
Yeah. But anyway, if you want to contact Victoria, you can give her a call at 763-400-0658. Again, that's 763-400-0658. And
on the other note, If
Yeah.
you're an ice fisherman,
Yeah.
you can head out to Rush Point Store where they got everything you need for ice fishing.
Mhm.
Augers, bait.
That's
If you
right.
need a cup of coffee, they got that available too.
Yeah.
They got more fishing gear than you can shake a stick at.
They really do.
Trust me, folks.
Mhm.
If you look at our fan page, there's be pictures on there of what they've got, and that's not
Yeah.
even half of what they have.
No.
And if you need any more information on, what they may have, you can give them a call, 763-689-1088.
Yeah.
And just say what you're looking for, and they'll let you know whether or not they have it.
That's right.
And they've got some pretty good sales going on, from what I understand.
Yep.
All to do with ice fishing, the augers, batteries, all kinds of other stuff too.
Yeah, they've got a ton of stuff out there. That's for
Mhm.
sure. And
They're open Monday through Saturday from 7 to 6 and Sunday 7 to 3.
And yeah, Alyssa has got a great team out there too, and is actually thinking about having a minnow eating contest this summer. What do you think?
No.
No. Why not?
No.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
Not the big minnows. I mean, just the small ones.
Sure, and you'd have an ambulance standing by and saying, "Okay, here you go, take them away."
They have to have you sign a waiver.
Yeah, sign a waiver. Yeah, we will not be held responsible for killing you.
Did you ever go to college?
No.
Okay. Well,
Why would I want to go and spend tens of thousands of
Yeah.
dollars on college,
I understand.
which the degree you get
Yeah.
is worthless?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell me, "Oh no, that's not true." Well, yeah, it is.
Both my schools are completely closed up.
Yeah.
Actually, the high school I went to is demolished.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then they built a new high school because it was it's Maple Rivers. Mapleton was the high school that I graduated from, but it's now Maple River. So it's Mapleton, Amboy.
A human being
Mm-hmm.
learns how to do basic math.
Yeah.
And be able to read 3-4 lines once they're able to read.
Right.
They can go down to your library, or they
Mhm.
can turn on the stupid idiot box
Yeah.
and start typing
Mhm.
if they know how to type and know how to spell.
Right.
What good is school?
Well, I understand part of that, but I would think that I wouldn't want just Joe Schmo off the street to be doctoring me.
Oh no, I'm no. Don't get me wrong. Wait,
Okay.
wait. That's a whole. Being a lawyer, being a doctor. That's no.
Yeah.
No.
No, I know.
I'm saying just
teasing.
the basic Joe.
Yeah.
Who's not ready to go into that field.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, they know how to do math up to
Yeah.
say 12 times 12 is 144 or whatever.
Well,
Okay.
I understand. I was just giving you a bad time.
Oh no, well,
But
you try, but you fail.
it was it's like me. I mean, being a radio announcer, I could have bypassed school, and sometimes I wish I would have, because I had worked at a radio station prior to going to college, really, and so I knew quite a bit already. So why did I really want to go? And when I went to Brown, when it was on Lake Street, and Brown
You're
was
not talking about the stain in your underwear. You're talking about Brown University.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, Brown Institute is what it was called back then, and then there was Brown College later on. But Brown Institute was considered the best in the country for broadcasting schools. I transferred my credits, so I was a second-year student there. Oh, I'm getting an echo in here. So,
Oops.
don't listen to that too closely because it's going to screw you up. But anyway, I was a second-year student, and they put me in the first-year class by mistake. And I'm like, A, E, I, O, U. That's what they were teaching back then. It's like, well, I learned that in grade school.
Now,
So,
well, when I was in 5th grade, I was being moved around so much. I was in 5th grade, and when I went to this other school, they give you a test.
yeah, aptitude test.
Yeah, the aptitude test, see what level you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said, well, what in the hell are you doing in 5th grade? You belong in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I was 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I got bumped up.
Yeah.
Well, they put me in 8th grade, and a year later, they gave us the aptitude test again, and they put me in 12th.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a smart guy or anything,
Mhm.
But
He's a smart ass, but he's not a smart guy, right?
that's exactly
Oh,
it.
okay. All right.
I paid attention. You know? I fall asleep in half my classes, Well, and I come across, wake up.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to wake up. I can still hear you.
Mm-hmm.
You learn more when you're sleeping than you do when you're awake.
Yeah.
And they say that's not true.
Well, you can actually do that.
Yeah.
That's how I used to study for tests a lot, because I couldn't retain a lot of the information unless I either wrote it down or really, really went over it in my head, and couldn't do that. So what I would do is I would record it in the studio when I was at college, record my notes and all that, and then I play it back when I was sleeping, or as I was falling asleep.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can do that.
Yeah. So I did that, and that helped me immensely.
Well, just think about all these geniuses you got out there,
Yeah.
who probably do what you just said in their sleep. They're listening,
Yeah.
but while they're awake, they're studying other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, it's a double education.
Well, it's like my brother Dave. He was the brains of the family.
Everybody's got a brother Dave or a cousin Dave.
This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl.
And I'm Larry.
But anyway, he had the brains in the family. He was a nuclear physicist, and I think he has several patents and things like that in astronomy. So I mean, he's really, really smart. And it seems to me that when he was a senior in high school, he passed this test where nobody else could pass it. And he said that, well, if David agrees, I'll put it on a sliding scale or something like that, or a curve, so the rest of you won't fail miserably. So, and Dave said, no, I studied for it. Why should these people get
a pass?
A pass because they didn't study. So
is that anything like the laws they got out there now? No kid left behind.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, which is stupid.
I mean, you put your kid in the educational field, to learn, but yet they're not learning the way they should be.
No.
So you put it in this other aspect, no kid left behind.
Right. Which doesn't teach them anything.
No.
It teaches them that they're a winner regardless. I mean,
well, that's like giving every kid a trophy that participates in a sport,
right?
Just so they don't feel bad.
Right. I mean, I can understand part of that.
I can too, don't get me wrong.
But I don't agree with it, because it doesn't teach them
sportsmanship,
humility.
Yeah.
And it's they're going to expect that,
or respect.
Yeah.
If you think about it, or respect.
That's true. And then they're going to expect that all their life. It's like, well, I worked really hard on this, and how come I didn't get a pat on the back? Well, because you didn't work hard enough, because somebody else did. And they got the pat on the back, or they got the raise, or they got the promotion, or whatever. So, and that's why you've got so many lawsuits out there. It's like, well, they passed me over because I'm a woman. Well, I mean, I understand the sexist thing a lot, and that's true in a lot of cases, but there's also the aptitude part of it. I mean, if you're going to be, if you're working in a really like a high profile job, for instance, which isn't what we're doing, definitely not what we're doing. But anyway, if you're working a high profile job and you want to get ahead, then work at it. Don't just assume that you're going to get it because you're a woman, and that maybe it's going to be a or a man for that matter. I'm not just saying women.
It doesn't matter what sex you are.
Yeah.
You do the work, you get rewarded. You don't.
That's right.
And if you don't work at it hard enough, you're not going to get the reward. But what you also got to do, depending on what kind of field you're in, you got to watch out for the shysters.
Yeah. There's
people that you're working with, you think are ones that are closest to you, that are your friends that you can trust.
Yeah.
Will take your work, present it as their work.
That's true.
And if you try to prove it, you just get shut down.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of backstabbers out there. I mean, I've had backstabbers in the past. I was working for a company one time, driving truck and selling ice cream. It was Schwann's. And this was back when I was just first married to my first wife. And I was probably, 22, 23. but I was a new account specialist, and
that was 45 years ago, folks.
That was, yeah. And anyway, they brought another guy in, younger kid, and he must have really wanted the job or something because he lied through his teeth.
Yeah, you told me about that.
We went down through Iowa, and it was pea soup fog. I mean, you just could not see in front of you at all. And it was later in the afternoon or evening. So, and back then I didn't even drive that great at nighttime, especially with the fog and all that. Couldn't see where you're going. So we ended up going to the motel for the night. And I asked him, I said, it's not cleared up at all. Do you want to do something? You want to go bowling or something like that? Because it was like, I think it was like 8:30 or something like that by the time we got to the motel. And I know that I don't like to be interrupted at, past 8:30 at night by anybody, including phone calls. So, but, and we'd been working, we've been on the road since I think about 5:30 that morning. So it was time for a break.
Yeah.
So anyway, he went back and told the boss that we went bowling halfway through our shift, and we didn't. Back then they didn't have GPS or anything, so how could I prove that we didn't?
That's simple.
So,
that's simple.
Huh?
The bowling alley that's next to the hotel
wasn't next to it.
Well, even anywhere around it.
Yeah.
It could be 5-10 miles away,
and
you can prove you weren't there, because they have. Even back then, when you're driving for Swans, they still had computers. Everything has to be registered on a computer.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay, and it would show at about what time. Okay, were they open? Number one. Okay, at the time you're supposedly there in the afternoon or early evening.
Right.
And if you use the overhead projectors for keeping score and whatnot, it would be in the computer.
Oh.
Date and time.
Yeah.
And some of them even have photos.
Oh, okay. I never thought about that.
Well, and see, back in the day when you were driving, I was an avid bowler.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact.
Your head's kind of shaped like a bowling ball.
Yeah. So is my ex-wife.
I got to give you a bad time.
No, that's okay.
I mean, anytime that you open your mouth, I have to have something to come back with.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, and I suppose I could have taken a receipt out too, but we didn't actually go bowling. So I just said, well, fine, I'm going to go to bed then. There's nothing else I'm going to do. And we had to get up at 5:30 the next morning and drive to another area. So it was still pea soup there that time. So we didn't get to the other area until I think after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was only 25 miles away. So it's ridiculous. But anyway, I ended up getting fired. And I said, thanks for believing him, And my older brother, Lee, was also working for Schwann's, but he was a depot manager, I think in Florida at the time. And he heard about that. He says, what the hell are you thinking? I said, well, first of all, it's not true. Well, I know the guy I know the manager. And I don't give a shit if you know the manager or not. It wasn't true. The guy lied.
Right.
So, well, anyway, I said, you're not going to believe your own brother. I said, I've never lied to you before. Why would I start now?
Well, when you're working for a company, it's not brother. It's employee, employer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you think about Christmas?
Bah humbug.
Yeah. We decided that we're going to do Christmas this year. We're gonna just buy for our grandkids, because I mean everything revolves around grandkids.
Yeah.
And they are 4 and 3 years old girls, and they're just adorable.
Let's see, we got 21, 18, no. 23, 21, 18, 14, 12, 10.
Do you have any great grandkids?
6. Great grandkids?
Yeah.
Not yet, I hope.
Okay.
I'm too young.
Yeah, you are kind of too young. I want to say I knew a gal. Actually, I knew a guy down in, and then her kid got pregnant when she was 12, And now she's got great grandchildren too.
Wow.
So yeah, kind of runs in the family, in that family, I think at least. So, but anyway, so if you got anything you want to chat about, we'd like to hear from you. I don't see anything up there yet. Do you?
No.
Are you not getting it again on your phone?
I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, but for some reason it's lagging on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it always does. So
yeah, it's not.
Yours is a slower. Any cell phone will be slower.
Not this slow. Holy crap.
Yeah, usually
I just got the white circle of death for about 45 seconds here.
Yeah, because I mean the Wi-Fi and the computer is going to be a lot faster because it's got a higher processor in it.
Yeah.
Whereas the cell phone doesn't.
Yeah.
At least that's how it was explained to me. But anyway, yeah, Christmas. I've told my daughters, I said, you don't ever have to get me anything for Christmas. I'll just take a hug. That's fine by me. But if there's something I need, and I can't think of anything that I really, really need, I'll go out and get it myself.
Right.
Right. I mean, I appreciate the thought. I mean, my daughter Brianna, one year, oh my gosh, she must have thought I was blind. She got me this huge ass.
She got you a huge ass?
Yeah, huge ass remote control for the TV. And the numbers were like that big.
She got you the gag
holy
gift.
Crap. Yeah. That thing's huge.
Gag gift. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a gag gift. She thought I told her, I said I started having to start wearing glasses because I can't see as
well. It was a gag gift. Come on.
Yeah. But anyway. So I've gotten that, and I've gotten some other things too. She was actually very very talented artist. I think I've showed you some of the stuff that she's done. But anyway, she drew a picture of my granddaughters when they were younger, I should say, and did it digitally on a digital drawing pad. I mean, I can't even think about how to do that. But anyway, they came out really nice.
Well, you take the pen device and you start with a line, and then you start moving it from there.
Really? Man, I never would have thought about that. So
come on. But anyway, on the Christmas aspect of his topic, what are some of your traditions that you don't think are being done anymore, or that you think people may want to try?
Yeah. Well, I think that we used to get together when my grandparents were alive, and we used to have a Christmas gathering. It was like a reunion type of thing with all my cousins and stuff like that.
Family reunion, but at Christmas.
Yeah, right.
It's not a gathering. It's a family reunion.
Well, yeah, that too, I guess.
Every holiday when the family gets together, it's a family reunion.
Okay.
Think about it.
All right, dear. But anyway.
Listen here, darling.
But anyway, we do that, and we don't do that anymore. I haven't been to a family reunion, I don't know, probably 15, 20 years almost, I think. So I just don't enjoy them because I don't know half my cousins anymore. And it's the biggest reason is we don't keep in contact. It's not something that is a prerequisite. Extended relatives at all. Like I've never met my cousin, the actor Val Kilmer. Never met him before. Met his mom, but
I've never met Gregory Peck or Joe DiMaggio or any of them, or John F. Kennedy.
Well, here's to you, Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah. I've never met any of them.
Yeah. So, but and then on my mom's side, they are mostly from Michigan and out east, and they generally do a reunion in Wisconsin, but I can't take traveling that long. I mean, I'm looking coming up next year, going out to Montana for my niece's wedding in October, and then turning right around going out to North Carolina for my daughter's wedding. So, I mean, that's going to be a lot of traveling. It's going to be kind of hard on me, I think, but
you can do it.
Well, I'm going to have to. So, but anyway.
You're going to need about a week's rest when you get home just to
probably
catch up.
Probably. And it's like, if I can get clearance to fly, it wouldn't make any difference because my wife won't. Doesn't like flying. So I guess I don't blame her. I never really liked flying too much. I mean, first time I ever flew, It was like a white knuckle ride the whole time.
Oh, trust me, I know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
When I went into the military and they and they put me in a plane and they put me next to the window and right on the wing.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I sat down, the skies opened up and it started pouring like hell.
Yeah.
I'm looking out the window and going across the tarmac is one of those big dumpsters rolling because the wind is so strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the stewardess stops by and sees my knuckles whiter than white snow.
Yeah.
She goes, "Everything's okay. You're in the safest place you can be."
Yeah.
And while I'm sitting there and I'm looking out the window and I see the wing tettering going up and down and this thing going down tarmac, and I'm like, I'd rather be in the building.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand that completely. Yeah, I don't.
And I was flying out of JFK.
Yeah. I think the one that I liked the most is when I took a private jet. It was a Learjet, and I think it was from Boston to Atlanta, I think it was. But that thing was so cool to sit in. I was the only passenger. There's one stewardess and one pilot. But it's not like the little puddle jumpers, like the ones with the propellers and stuff on. I mean, you're cruising in a nice jet and everything. You don't really
feel anything,
mm-hmm. Motor wise. So I think that was probably the best experience I've had in a plane. And it didn't seem like it took very long at all. And they had a TV in there to watch and videos. They had snacks and champagne and all of this stuff. I didn't partake in the champagne or like that, but I did grab some peanuts, and I had a in-flight meal too, and which was kind of cool. But certainly don't see too much of that anymore unless you're flying across the ocean.
Well, yeah, they had those intercontinental flights where you pay $30,000-$40,000, you get the royal treatment.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few videos on that, and it's like, oh my God, who needs that?
Yeah, really.
On a flight.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money.
It really is.
Let me put my seat back if I can, just enough to, mm-hmm. be comfortable. Take a nap.
Well, one of the other things too that they've been saying, actually for quite a long time, is, and it happened to me, is I had a blood clot that formed in one of my legs and traveled up into my lung area because I didn't get up. I slept the whole flight.
Well, that's not good. You got to get up and walk around.
Yeah, they say once every hour, at least for a couple of seconds, get up and walk around. So I didn't know that. Nobody ever told me that before. And the doctor did after. He said, well, if you would have been in here tomorrow, we wouldn't be treating you.
We'd be burying you.
Yeah. So, So anyway, but getting back to Christmas traditions and all that.
Who's the biggest Scrooge out there? Let us know.
Pat. No, I don't know. I honestly don't know who the biggest Scrooge, but
I say it's President Biden.
I like doing Christmas. I think it's been commercialized too much because it's like you buy all the stuff for your kids and all that, and
well, kids nowadays are I want.
Yeah.
They don't understand what Christmas is.
I had a listener on one of my shows in North Carolina that I called up and said, yeah, I've got a brand new 4-wheel ATV, 4-wheel drive for sale. I gave it to my son as a Christmas present, and he screamed and yelled that it was wrong color. or something about it. And it's
spoiled.
He says, I decided that I'm going to sell it and use the money for charity. So it's like, well, that's pretty nice. I said, I give you $100. That's all I got. Yeah, I want a little bit more than that, he said. So, but yeah, it's things like that. Yeah, you're right. They are spoiled. A lot of the kids are spoiled these days. You can't do much of anything with them. You can't scold them. You can't reprimand them. You can't discipline them.
Well, wasn't it one of the politics? Sorry.
Oh, don't start that again.
No, just one comment I'm going to make.
All right.
There was a politician that said, fathers are nothing but sperm donors and mothers are nothing but incubators.
Yeah.
People don't have children anymore.
Yeah.
They have beings.
Yeah.
That don't belong to them.
Yeah, I remember hearing that one time too.
Yeah.
I don't remember which politician it was.
Oh, I know. I know which one it was.
Who was it?
Well, we don't hear much about her anymore.
Her?
Yeah.
Let me think. Hillary Clinton.
No.
Oh.
The other one.
The other one.
Who's a mobster who's been in politics all her life.
Oh, I can't remember. There's so many.
$80,000 for booze for a private jet.
There's so many of them. Who?
Pelosi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so many of them out there. So many politicians that are crooked.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, enough of that.
Mm-hmm.
That was that.
That was the end of the politics.
Yeah.
For tonight, hopefully.
Yeah.
Since we don't like talking about politics, but everything's got politics in it these days.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
But
just like the no, I ain't gonna go. Well, maybe I will.
What?
There was a thing on the news. I think it was the news, or was it something I seen somewhere else? That the FBI,
mm-hmm.
you know, the separation of church and state.
Yeah.
But the FBI supposedly now is using priests for information.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, and that is illegal, I guess. It's not.
Well, it's not illegal to do that,
but it's not separating church and state.
It's conflicting. Yeah.
It's very conflicting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
because
that's the end of that.
Because the priest took an oath of celibacy for one thing, but that's been proven wrong on many occasions. But also,
but my question is,
swear of secrecy too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
It's the secrecy of confession or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But my question is on that aspect.
Okay.
Say you're a priest and I come in and I confess that I've gone out and killed somebody or did this or did that, which is highly illegal. Does that priest have a moral obligation to report that?
I don't honestly know how that would work because I'm not. First of all, I'm not Catholic.
But doesn't that pose a good question?
Yeah, it does. It's kind of like having a. And the only reason I'm saying this example is because I saw he was impregnating women.
Oh, I remember that.
And was killing them basically.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that fine line is on that. But anyway. Well, let's see. Reindeer poop? No, can't.
Reindeer poop.
Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to chime in, our chat line is open on YouTube tonight. We'd appreciate it. And you can also email us anytime, day or night.
And let us know how you celebrate Christmas.
Yeah. Pat and Brian Viral at gmail.com. Now, let's see here. We've got, I'm going to put my specs on here because I can't see my computer without them. But we've got, looking at the dates ahead, we've got the 19th and the 26th left this year that we'll be doing shows on. And then I don't know that we're going to do one on the 2nd or not yet.
Why not?
I don't know.
Get all the people that are hungover and, and they need something just to listen to pass the time away. And
I don't know that I'm going to be around that day or not.
Oh, okay.
So I just honestly don't know yet. So, and then
the day after Christmas, you might be doing that alone.
Yeah.
The 3 days after Christmas are really hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
mentally.
Yeah, it's mentally taxing.
Mm-hmm.
And few people know why.
It's mentally taxing doing right now with you. There's not much you can say that, but I can't. Come back on. So, but no, I understand what you're coming from. So,
one of these days, I'm going to throw something at you while we're online, and people are going to laugh so hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, may not have enough listeners
or
watchers.
Kind of like this thing. Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here with the stapler I got over here. So.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I got a phone. I got hot coffee. I've got a lighter. I've got a magnifying glass and an ashtray.
Yeah. This coffee container is steel.
Yeah.
That'll beat your plastic and steel one.
No, that may be, but if I catch it and throw it back, that'd be.
That's true. That's true. Oh, I do have a razor blade over here. But actually, I have quite a few razor blades. But
measure twice, count once.
Yeah. Got a whole bunch right there, and it's heavy. So. Anyway. Oh my word. Yeah, I digress. And so Christmas stuff. I really don't really have anything that I need at all. I mean, coffee.
Me neither.
Coffee. If you want to buy me coffee, that's fine. I mean, I love the little coffee pods and all that, but they can't be from Menards. They can't be that cheap shit that you get in some of the stores.
Highlander grog.
Oh, Highlander grog would be great. Yeah. And that's really good. I mean,
yep. The butter rum, or I think it's a butter rum that we have from time to time.
Yeah, butter rum's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So, Highlander grog is really good. My wife introduced that to me many years ago, and I fell in love with it. And then was it last year that I introduced you to it?
Yeah.
So, and he fell in love with it. So.
Yeah. The only gas station I found it at is over in Almalund, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And the first time I found it down there, I was like, all right, I can get some decent coffee.
Yeah.
I go over to the coffee pot and I pour it into my cup, and it was ice cold.
Yeah.
And I was so depressed.
I bet you were.
But I discovered that if you take the Highlander grog and you mix it in with French vanilla cappuccino, and oh my God, what a flavor.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm not much of a cappuccino drinker.
Well, it's pure sugar in my book, but
the
flavor concept, I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I did it last couple of weeks ago with salted caramel.
I've had some of the nastiest experiences with some of those coffees when I lived up in Boston. I had, I don't remember where it was. It was at a coffee shop, and it was a new coffee shop that had just opened, so they're having like a grand opening type thing.
Would you drink a cup of coffee that costs $500 that came out of a rodent's ass?
No.
How about
monkey's butt? Yeah.
Well, it's not a monkey's butt. It's some rodent.
Well, there is a.
The one that comes out of a monkey. There's one that comes out of a rodent, and believe it or not, there's one that comes out of an elephant.
Really?
Yeah.
No, thanks.
No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
No.
But how would you be able to tell the difference, really, unless somebody told you? You probably wouldn't.
They have to tell you where it comes from.
Oh, yeah. But it comes from Africa. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but if I'm going to pay $10,000 for 10 ounces of coffee,
you're a nut, first of all.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if I'm going to pay $10,000 for 10 ounces, I want to know where that coffee came from
or where it's been. Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand.
And if no, I wouldn't pay that much for coffee anyway.
You've heard of like dreamsicles?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there was a raspberry sickle, and
no, they didn't.
They put it was raspberry cream flavored, and it just about hacked it up. It's so bad. The best coffee I think I've ever had was at a Vietnamese restaurant in Southern Pines, North Carolina. And the coffee was superb. I mean, it's like the bottom of the barrel, when the first little bit of brew comes out.
Yeah.
And that's the way I like my coffee. You can put a spoon in it, it'll stand straight up, And
you're like mud.
Oh, this coffee was just so good.
You like mud.
I do. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's good. I don't like coffee that's weak. It's like you make 14 I
got a big cup.
Not 14 cups, but
14 ounces.
14 ounce, yeah. I don't do that. I do it 6.
Yeah.
I like it strong. So
no.
Just like I like my women, like my wife. She's strong. So anyway. I'll probably get hammered.
I'm nope.
Probably get hammered when
I'm not. So. Nope.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yep.
I like carry too much. Nope.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say something about your wife.
My little firecracker?
Yeah.
You notice I didn't say anything?
Yeah, I noticed that. But you were thinking it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. He was
thinking about
it.
Nope.
Yep. Nope. So, I like to live.
My brother-in-law said something online the other day. He's down in Nebraska. And it was something along the lines of like your mother doing something, but your wife isn't doing the same thing. as far as like cooking or whatever. And it's like, oh man, I had to say something. I said not, you know. And my wife was actually pretty decent with her chime in. Good, like a good job, Brian Lee, or something like that. So I don't remember exactly what it was. It's on the page, on my page, if you want to check it out. I can't remember exactly word for word, but anyway. So,
see, I don't get, when you post stuff on the fan page, I don't get notifications, even though my notifications are on.
Yeah.
I don't get the notifications.
It's not my fault. It's Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, I get notifications all the time, whether or not I go into my settings and change them. I still get them. I don't know why. So I've been getting stuff that I've marked spam a long time ago into the emails.
Oh yeah.
And I still get it.
Oh yeah.
And I've marked it spam, report, spam, and
it doesn't
unsubscribe, and it still comes through. So they change their algorithms, or if they change their filters, or
that's
whatever
that 4th and 5th and 6th and 10th and 20th algorithm they've got. Oh, they did this one. Let's give them this one. Let's give them that one.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how many times you do it.
Right. It's like the doesn't happen as much anymore because I've blocked a lot of the numbers, but the telemarketing calls.
Oh God, yeah.
Or the spam calls. I mean, I had this one that they called. I knew it was a spammer or a scammer. And it's been several years ago. I started talking like a little old lady, and they wanted to sell me something. I had them on the line for at least a good half hour, and anyway, I don't remember exactly what I did to end the call, but I think, well, it was like, oh yeah, I got to get up and take my geriatric pills or something like that. But anyway, it was like, if you can waste their time as much as you can, it's far worth it. I mean, it really is, because just think about it. These are scam artists, and they go out and, well, they go to work doing this, and they sit in a little cubicle and try to, get money out of you. So
I still like the one that called the chief of police.
Oh yeah.
And she kept him on the line for a good, I think they said an hour or something like that.
Yeah. What gets me, I don't know if you've ever seen these online or not, but I've seen some videos online on Facebook and on YouTube about scammers, and you get a computer guru or something like that somebody's calling, and they somehow get into their system, the closed circuit system, and see what they're doing or who they are. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. And then they start erasing their computers. Well, that's pretty stinking cool. Wish we had more people doing that.
Well, you got to be careful there, Brian.
Well, no, I understand that. I mean, they're hackers for one thing, but still, it's like you're taking down the scammers, and that's a good thing. Yeah. I get so tired of hearing the scammers. I mean, there's probably been at least a handful or more times where I've been on the phone with scammer, and I think it's just repulsive, because it's like, why don't you put your talent to some good rather than bad?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you getting paid 10 cents and every time you sign up somebody for $1,000 or whatever? I mean, oh my word, I just can't imagine.
Well,
it's just a stupid thing.
You had the police on television the other day with before you buy them. Then when you go and buy them, you put the money on that card, and all they got to do is scratch off that one area that they have and collect your money.
Ah.
When you get the card for Christmas, and you open up that envelope, you only have a part of a card.
Oh.
It's like, oh, okay, where did my money go? You lost out on, say, if it's $50, you lost $50.
You got to be really careful.
That's happened to a couple of people already.
Oh.
They had it on TV on the news, and the cops showed how that was done.
I remember hearing something about it.
It's like, they steam open, very carefully steam open the envelope, take the card out, cut off that strip that you're supposed to scratch off after you buy it.
Yeah. For the
and
code.
They keep that,
Yeah.
and they put the card back in, they seal it up. But if you don't feel that and feel like, because it feels like the whole card is there.
Yeah.
But like they said, as soon as you get that card, you go to the register list and let me open it up. Before you purchase it.
Right. Make sure it's not scammed.
Yeah.
Good idea. That's crazy. All the different ways that people are trying to do things. I mean, well, we've talked about the check thing several weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it just they keep on coming up with new and different things.
Yeah.
You know, don't ever, you know, if you're talking to a recording, a lot of times you can't tell you're talking to a recording.
Yeah.
Until
that's true.
Until you know
now
a little bit.
Now it's even harder with the AI.
Oh, I know. Getting to the point where there's been several radio personalities that have had an AI programmed into their material. Have done a complete show, just AI.
Right.
So well, it just amazes me.
Well, the other thing I don't like about some of these scammers or other places that call you, you'll answer the phone. Well, for example, phone rings. Hello.
Yeah.
And then you hear this Indian voice and say they're looking for so and so or they're looking for you.
Yeah.
And some people say, well, this is.
Yeah.
And then they start going in this spiel and they won't let you talk.
Right.
Well, if they're not going to let me talk, I hang up and I block them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so first, you know, if I don't recognize the number, I don't answer normally.
Well, yeah, me too. And it's like the hospital will sometimes call on a line that I don't even recognize. As a reminder, they used to call a lot for reminders, and I just finally found the place online to delete that, so I wouldn't get calls all the time to remind me about. Because they'd call like, and one time they called me at like 10:30 at night, which is really odd.
Yeah, they don't call. They don't call past 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, usually. So it's not one around here, but it was a live call.
A live call?
Yeah, it wasn't a recorded one.
That's odd.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
that'd be a red flag right there.
Yeah, it's like you've got a doctor's appointment with so and so and so and so. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So I'm just calling to remind you. It's like, I don't need a reminder. Don't ever call me again. You know, I write those things down a lot of times, but I don't know. It just gets ridiculous is all. And in fact, I had did I mention this the other day? Or last week on the show? I had I think it was IHG, and I can't remember exactly what that stands for, but it's a motel chain.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Did I mention that on the podcast?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, all right. But I was pretty perturbed over that whole thing, and then I got three emails the next day, and none of them really saying anything bad, you know, like taking blame or anything like that. It was just like, oh, that's kind of the way we do things, you know. It's like, yeah, well, that's fine. You can do that, but I'm not going to be one of your customers ever again.
Right.
So I will not be bombarded by, well, you know, we're going to give you this free thing, but you're going to have to pay, you know, to hold it.
Yeah.
For a year. It's like,
well, that's like these scams out there that said, well, you just won the international lottery from such and such a country.
Yeah.
If you send us $429, we'll be glad to send you $4,800,000 and something dollars.
It's like,
well, if I won the lottery, why in the hell do I got to pay to get my money?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And when did I sign up for this lottery?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, or the ones that will call you and say, yeah, your daughter is in jail.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that you have a daughter that might be, you know, kind of a rebel rouser or whatever.
Yeah.
So, or a son or whatever.
Well,
or your grandchild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that happened to my mother-in-law. She got a phone call from one of them scammers saying that her grandson was in jail, was arrested, and that he needed bail money.
Yeah.
Well, her grandson works in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not permitted to say where he works, but and they knew he was at work.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, her husband was home and said, "Hang up."
Yeah.
You know, that's happened more than one occasion. They wanted $300-400.
Oh, sure.
And it's like, no.
I'm a bail bondsman. Well, first of all, bail.
No, they didn't say that they were bail bondsmen.
Yeah.
They just said that he's in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Even put a voice on there.
Yeah.
When the second time they called and said, "Hey, Grandma, I'm in jail. I need such," and it sounded just like him.
Yeah.
How they did it?
Yeah.
That was before the AI got real popular.
Right.
Yeah. So now if you actually do get a call from one of your children or a family member that's actually in trouble, you're not going to know whether or not to believe it.
No. So they come up with secret phrases or code words.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of times they won't know. I mean, a scammer won't know what a code word is.
No, true.
Not unless they're really talented. And
I'm sorry, but I don't think anybody in the world's that talented unless they can use 100% of their brain.
Yeah. I don't think so either. And right now, I'm only using 2% of mine.
Actually, a human being uses about 10% of their brain.
Yeah.
And you, in your case, maybe half.
5?
0.5.
Yeah, probably 0.5 is right.
You're sitting on the rest of it, but
Yeah. Well, I do. And I'll freely admit that. So. I thought you got me, didn't you?
No. I know when I get you. Because every time I get you with a zinger, you turn red. Like that son of a bitch got me again.
I was going to mention before we got out of here for the night, because we're just about done, I think, aren't we? Gosh, 52 minutes already. But anyway, gas prices have gone down considerably. I mean, just in the past week or so. Well, you know who's got the lowest gas around?
Well, if you have flex fuel vehicles and you can use flex fuel, Almaland has $2.29 or $2.34 for E85.
Well,
but other than that, if you don't use that and you use the regular 87 or 88 or whichever, Rush Point has it.
Yeah, and it's generally at least 10 cents lower than
5 to 10 cents lower than
so
town here. Yeah.
So anyway, tomorrow at some point I'm going to go out to Rush Point and fill up. So I usually I usually don't let my gas tank fall below a half.
Yeah, me neither.
So just in the event that, if I have to make an emergency trip someplace, at least I don't have to fill up on gas like right away.
Yeah.
So back in college, I didn't give a shit.
No.
I'd have vapor. I'd be driving to the gas station with vapors.
See, the thing is, now that colder weather is here, I like to keep a full tank of gas because it keeps the water out.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people like to use that heat.
Can't use that in the fuel injector ones, I don't think, anymore.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't think it does anything.
Yeah, it does.
Does it? Oh.
Not much, but because it's so minute, gets in there to keep the water out.
Mm-hmm.
It disperses the water in the lines.
I remember my dad and I were on I-29. No, I-90, I think it was. I-90, the one that runs east to west, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I-29, I think, is north and south in South Dakota and North Dakota. But anyway, we were out. I don't remember where we were coming from or where we're going, but my dad's car started conking out because it was so cold. And there was a trucker, and back then everybody had CVs.
Mm-hmm.
We had a CV in ours too. So Dad got on CV, breaker 19. Anybody out there got any canned heat? Not the rock group, but the heat stuff for your gas tank. So he said, my car quit working and it's cold out here, and I get my son along with me. So, well, sure enough, we had like two semi trailers, or trucks rather. One came in front of us, one in the back, and they both had heat, and gave us some. And Dad offered to pay. He said, "No, absolutely not. You'll repay it sometime in the future with somebody else." So
it's called paid forward.
Yeah, I like that idea. So I've done that at like restaurants too, or not restaurants, but like at drive-throughs.
Yeah,
I've done that before. Then I want to pay for that person's in the back too. Well, it'll come to $125. No, not that one. The one behind.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be $50. It's like, what? No. Dope. Oh my word. No, if they just get the coffee or whatever, I'll sometimes do that if I have extra cash, because I've had it done to me too, which is it's kind of a good feeling. So, and I wish the world was more like that. But now that we've got higher prices and everything, it cost the other day $30 at McDonald's to eat for two people. I got two of those.
Okay, it's $14.
Yeah, and then I think my wife got a double cheeseburger maybe, or I don't remember exactly. But then the ice cream, the cookies, and a shake or a pop or whatever. It was $30.
All right. Now, let's go back in time a little bit here. Okay.
Go back in time when I used to go down.
No.
On Lake Street.
No, wait. Let me finish.
And get.
Let me finish
okay,
before you get on yours.
Yes, dear.
My wife and I went to Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
back in 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
2 burgers, 2 fries in Hawaii from McDonald's was $25.
Really?
So imagine how much that would be now.
Quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're complaining about $30.
Well, I mean, when it's the whole principle of things.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But I remember going to White Castle on Lake Street when I was in college. And I think it was 19 cents for a burger, if that. And now they're like $1.99 for that.
Last time I went to White Castle, which was, well, no, you're probably right. Because last time I went to White Castle, there were 84 cents.
Yeah. But that's been probably, I don't know, a year or two ago that I was at a White Castle back then.
I guess
we used to get the suitcases.
Yeah. And that's like, what, 24 or 30 burgers or something like that?
Yeah, I remember exactly. I think it was 24, but I'm not positively sure. And that would last us quite a bit because we'd throw them, we'd throw most of them in the freezer in their package and we'd throw them in the microwave. We did have microwaves back then, not that old. But anyway, so that would be our meal, each day for the week.
Cool.
That's how a lot of us
survived.
We would do that, or we'd go to like Hardee's used to have
Hardee's?
Not Hardee's. I think it was Burger King down in Albert Lee. They had a special on their hamburgers. It was like 12 cents.
Wow.
For a hamburger. And those are like nice big hamburgers,
Yeah.
Not like you're getting a day, which is you're paying more and getting less.
Oh yeah, that's
everywhere. Yeah. But anyway, we go down there. And I was going to the Votech down in Austin, and we, buy 20 or 30 of them. We'd have to wait there for an hour for them to prepare them and all that.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you got the burgers cooked already, just throw the crap on it or leave it off. I don't give a shit. And just give us some burgers, and the buns. So, but and we do the same thing. Throw them in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
They keep all week in the freezer, and just nuke them later on. So
yeah.
Back then we had some pretty good microwaves. I mean, they're not like the cheap ones you get these days. They weren't just 1,000 watt. They were like 2,000 or 3,000 watts back then. So it would cook a burger, warm up a burger in about 10 seconds.
I'm not a micro chef, so.
Oh, okay. Not on your what? Cruise chef?
I'm not a micro chef.
Oh, yeah. Well, I used to make eggs and stuff in the microwave and scrambled eggs and
scrambled eggs, omelets, poach an egg,
oatmeal, yeah. Or just heat up the water basically.
No.
Like ramen, I'll have ramen noodles like that. I'll just heat the water up in the microwave. It's just much easier. I don't have to waste water, trying to heat the water up before I put it on the stove and wait a half hour for it to cook. So I just, not a half hour, but I'm saying,
lazy chef.
I am. I'm not a chef.
Me neither.
I'm not a chef.
Me neither.
I'm not a cook.
Well, me neither.
I'm not a cook.
Right. Well, that about does it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
And we appreciate you being here. Good night, one. Good night, all.
All right. Have a good night.